Welcome back to Burden, a muddy spot under the boot of the Gaholnian army. If you have a sword, you best know when to draw it. If you have money, you've probably left. And if there's someone you trust in this forgotten place, you hold on to them. We're all just trying to make it here, and maybe we ain't looking too close about what you gotta do to be good in a place like Burden. We are back. Hey everyone. Everyone's still there? Still alive? Everything's still okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're
still
good.
Here.
All right.
I'm very keen to get a message to Elif, but I'll let you paint the scene. Andy.
Yes. So, Kryon, you have made your way and infiltrated this caravan of soldiers and this massive cart. By the way, there are 30 some, if not more, soldiers escorting this thing.
Oh.
It is, there are many around here. However, Kryon, you were able to sneak barely, luckily, into this thing through kind of a trapdoor in the back that it released. And when you got back up and got settled, you eventually found out that there is a giant elk, horns, a giant face. You believe this is a huge creature, and what that means in D&D terms, at least a 15 by 15 foot creature.
Wow.
Which is not a square, but it's a very large thing. It is sedated.
Did Andy freeze for other people?
Yeah, he's frozen and the sound is gone.
All right.
Okay, so it is time for Andy's Internet Has Died Q&A session.
Dun, 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 Q&A.
Dom, chat, you got anything?
Well, I think do I just jump on the back of the elk and I just ride it out of the cart?
Yeah, I mean, he's not here to stop
and
you.
Like, yippee, jump on you.
That might take what they call an animal handling check, but
that also might take a thieves' tools check in order to get it out of its shackles.
Poor Andy. This has happened a couple of times now. Well, here you go. I have a serious question, guys. Have any of you guys been Dungeon Master before, and how has that worked out for you?
Yeah, I Dungeon Master pretty frequently. I also Dungeon Master some of our streams. I like it a lot. I like getting to work with players.
Do you prefer it to playing a character?
I think I like either of them. I think that I can be sort of in the mood for one or the other at times. But they're both a ton of fun. I enjoy them both a ton. But I also certainly would never say, like, if you really enjoy playing D&D and you enjoy playing as a character and you don't like DMing, that's totally fine. It's not like there's some, obligation of you've been playing a long time, you should now DM. Or similarly, I've known some people actually who just preferred DMing. They didn't really like playing as a character and they were good DMs. So it's not really you should do both or you should get to one eventually.
I've never DM'd Dungeons and Dragons proper, but I've GM'd, I've ran a couple one-shot games for Helpful Goat. One called Big Gay Orcs, which is basically just about a bunch of orcs whose, their fort is inevitably going to fall to the enemy at the end of the night. And so the whole game is just, can these orcs express their feelings for each other before they die. And that was a lot of fun to GM. And then I GM'd like a one-shot, kind of a homebrew thing based on the movie The Burbs with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
That took place like 30 years in the future of that movie. That was a lot of fun. But frankly, I'm really intimidated by the idea of trying to DM like a D&D campaign. Like I have mad respect for Andy and Galway for the amount of detail and their like familiarity with the mechanics. Like I'm one of those players who's kind of like can't imagine myself doing it, but maybe someday I'll take the time to learn. I don't know. We'll see. I've enjoyed GMing the couple of times I did it, but it is really high like pressure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about Andy that I really... Oh, hey, Andy. Hey.
Yeah, Andy's the worst. Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up, Andy? We were just talking. We were just singing your praises.
I'm sure. Yeah, there's 40 soldiers now, so...
No!
Are they like budding?
Yep. Popping off each other. Anyway.
Different context.
Where did we leave off?
You leaned into the camera to start explaining something, and then you froze like
pretty much just begun.
Way into the camera. It was amazing.
That's weird. So cool. Kryon, you've infiltrated and made your way into this little caravan. You've seen the giant elk that's underneath this. You do not believe necessarily that you would like to see this animal hurt. It already seems to be manacled and shackled, and though it is stated, also there are 30-some soldiers here as well, and a frontal assault would maybe mean the death of your friends. And as you're ruminating on all of that, Elif pings you with the message spell. And Elif, how do you ping with that? What do you say?
Hey, what's up? Do we need to move in? You went kind of radio silent after saying that they might be onto you, and
Elif, wait. I'm inside the big crate, the cart. There's like a huge, I don't know, like a huge deer or like a moose or something in here, and there's way more soldiers than I thought, or maybe we thought there was going to be. There's probably more than 20 soldiers. There might even be 30 soldiers. I think we need to probably just let them go into town and see what happens next.
Okay, I'll tell everyone that. And I'll relay that to McKeck. Can I see Connie to get message on him, or is he hidden in corn?
He's hidden pretty well.
McKeck's a wolf. So when you relay the message from Kryon of we should just let them get into town, blah blah blah, the wolf is going to sort of go, oh, and scratch in the dirt a little tunnel, and like, oh, and look over at where there is a tunnel dug.
Oh, you don't have to trigger that? I thought you had to trigger that.
No, it's just there's a fucking tunnel in the ground now.
Oh, so they're gonna stop whether we like it or not. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. New plan. The new plan is when they hit the tunnel, I'll set the fields on fire, and then there will be chaos, and they'll panic and separate, and we can, I don't know, do something, right? That's a good plan.
Do I hear that? No. Do I? No.
Probably not, yeah.
Okay.
The wolf's just gonna go,
Okay, I'll message that to Kryon because I'm having trouble understanding wolves with the also explanation of the tunnel.
What if in hearing that Kryon says, why don't we play Good Samaritans? Why don't we stop the party and tell them that there's a blockade in the road and they need to find another way to come into town, that we're trying to help them in some way instead of throw them off. I just don't think we can win this fight.
I mean, okay, we can do that, and then backup plan explosions, but only as a backup.
Yeah, backup plan.
So I'll relay that to McKeck also.
Yeah.
I don't know how to talk to Connie.
I mean, you still. I mean, it's dark here. You think you could just bounce across the road here real quick, and
Okay, so I guess I'll do that then.
Yeah.
And tell Connie what's going
If
on.
you come over, Connie will be like, "Hey, what the hell's going on here? Why aren't we fighting anybody yet? Where's Shorty? I feel like fighting."
So I'll explain the whole situation and also add, and that means you gotta be like real fucking personable for once, okay? I know you're not that great at it, Connie. Like a lot of the time you kind of an ass, but you just gotta be super personable, super, okay?
Personal what?
Personable.
Oh, that's not. Vern was real good at that, but
Yeah, but Vern is dead. Vern is dead. So you gotta be the personable one, okay?
all right, I'll try, madam. Well,
Great start. You're doing so good.
All right, you're approaching. You can feel, Kryon, that you must have moved a lot closer to kind of where the rest of them are. The rest of you, the soldiers, are pretty close now to where you are, and then Kryon, you hear the elk just sort of move and scrape its giant antlers just kind of along the wood of the cart that you're on, but it still seems kind of asleep / sedated.
Does Kryon have any kind of animal soothing abilities?
Yeah, you can give me an animal handling check if you want to try to calm it as best as you can.
Like, does he have a magical stroke, as it were?
Okay, well, it's
It's a completely different story.
Back from break.
and we're back from break with a 19
we are back from break.
on animal handling. Yeah,
How to make friends and influence people.
Yeah, you immediately kind of rush to its neck and just kind of very gently just kind of rub and pet the fur. It's really, really thick, but you're petting it on its neck, and it seems to now just drift completely off to sleep again. Very nice.
So what exactly, as we've been faced with, okay, there's a big problem here and all of this, what exactly was relayed about the elk to Makek? That there's an elk, that it's restrained, and it seems like it's been sedated?
Elif, would you say that?
If that's what Kryon said to me, then yes.
Kryon, did you say that? Or would you have mentioned that part?
I think I said there's like a huge deer or a moose in here that's asleep or something like that. Doesn't seem to be able to wake up. I think I've said that.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Would I think, from that description, and like it's restrained, it's sedated, etc., it seems pretty clear that they're nervous about it in some way. Like they're going to great efforts for it to not be active.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
Do I think with my knowledge of herbalism and healing, I might be able to wake up a sedated giant deer?
Ah, man. Yeah, it's certainly possible. Your sister would be the one to really speak to about that, as she was the one that was much more attuned to animal life and herbs and medicine that way.
All right, well, Makek is standing in the field with people again.
All right.
I'm going to sort of look at them and go, look, maybe if we don't have to fight them all, this will go a little bit better, because I'm not sure foregoing any chance of an ambush is a good idea. Maybe I could try to sneak in and find Kalia, and or maybe be able to, I don't know, wake up the deer? They seem to be going to a great deal of trouble to keep it from moving or doing much of anything.
Yeah, maybe, but with all due respect, Crush from Finding Nemo, how sneaky can you be?
Oh, God.
Cryon's not within it.
You're right.
But if he were at this point, he would lean over and say, "No idea."
I can be fairly stealthy if the situation requires it.
Thinking back, you first mistook him for a rock, Connie.
That's true. All right, okay, sure.
Is it worth it? And I'm just gonna say, I need you two to come help me if I end up horrifically trapped in this situation. Also, Kryon,
Yeah, I'll be laying in wait with the backup plan.
you know that if you detonate those near me, it will also kill me, right?
No. You're silly. It won't kill you. It'll just hurt you.
Oh, jeez. All right, the guards are approaching pretty closely here. What would you like to do?
I'm going to turn into a cat.
Interesting.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. That works.
All right, Makek is now a cat.
The cat.
Macat, yes.
Haha.
I would also say that I'm not being like immensely stealthy. I am, but I'm a cat. I'm just sort of a field cat. And what I would like to do is move through while trying to look for people. And I also would have very carefully, before I transformed, taken off my pendant of a turtle shell, laid it on the ground, and then picked it back up.
Sure.
As a cat. And I'd like to sort of go along the side here, trying to look for Kalia.
Okay.
So sort of looking like a cat, just walking along looking. I'm probably not very obvious. I'm probably about the height of the grass.
Yeah.
And then trying to find Kalia while also working my way to the back of the caravan.
All right. Give me a perception check while you do that. And then Elif, are you going to step out and
20?
Try to talk to these people? A 20 perception. Very nice.
Nice.
Makek, you don't see Kalia at all. Among the soldiers, they are all soldiers, it seems.
And is it just the one big cart at the back?
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Like there's not another carriage she could be in or something?
Nope.
Was I supposed to be doing that?
Or Connie, I guess.
Was I supposed to?
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was.
Were we? Like, that was unclear. Are we supposed to still be stopping them? Plan makers?
I think that was your main plan, and the backup plan was fire?
Yeah, I think
The main plan
because
Okay.
To stop the guards, the caravan?
Or at least warn them to go a different way other than...
And
Okay.
Makek had just said to them that he wasn't sure about that plan. I think that's where Lena's getting confusion. Is Makek was
Right.
Then hey.
that may, if we don't know where the hell these people are going to go or what's going to happen. And he'd also said that he was going to maybe try to go wake up the oak.
Yeah.
How close are they to the ditch? Where are they right now?
They're right next to you.
Right next
you're in
to
the
me.
corn, still hidden, and they're passing you right now.
But you certainly can, if it's in your judgment, Makek was just sort of I don't know. I wouldn't say that he was I did not say, and I very intentionally didn't say, don't do that.
Wasn't the original plan was to have them go into the ditch, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, way back, the original plan was.
So I'm just saying, Connie is not really aware of any reason yet to deviate from the original plan. I don't think.
All right.
Or is he?
No, I think you're good. As the group keeps moving on, Cat, Macact, who would you like to jump in the cart?
Yeah, if I can.
Just give me a quick stealth check with
It's a kitty.
Kitty.
20, not nat.
A 20, very nice. Yeah, you pop up into the cart. Kryon, you see a cat leap up into the cart itself, and it just kind of stares at you for a second, and you stare back.
It is wearing a pendant with a turtle shell sort of around its neck.
That's cool. Kryon has a mild allergy, so he stifles a couple of sneezes under his breath.
Yeah.
No one hears it, but he kind of like waves and goes.
Allergy to cats. I love it.
Cat's going to heave a sigh at the sheer use of resources, and turn back into Makek.
All right. Yeah, Kryon, you now see Makek sitting in the cart with you
So there's
underneath the tarp.
There's an oversized elk, a turtle, and a halfling in a cart. This sounds like the start of a joke, don't you think?
100%.
Sounds like the start of a pub joke.
Yeah.
Kryon very, very urgently whispers to Makek. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Aren't we really close to hitting the thing, the tunnel that you dug? Like, we need to stop this car.
Relatively, I was coming in the hopes that maybe I could wake up this deer. Oh, we're still moving. Waking up the deer time.
Okay.
Andy, how might I think I could best go about that?
I would say a medicine check.
Okie dokie then.
Medicine check.
As very quickly, you can tell that this is not just a naturally sleepy.
Dice have completely abandoned me.
They hate us tonight.
You kind of like shove on it just a little bit to try to wake it up. You can now tell it is sedated, and you're definitely now thinking through what could help a creature this size, and an animal without killing it, and you have just a little bit of herbs, and you concoct just a little bit of smelling salts from that, and you kind of wave it in front of the elk's nose, but nothing seems to happen.
Well, might I just put forward that although it seems very much like nothing is happening, the moose lets out quite an extended silent fart. and the two of us, Kryon and Makek, look at each other as if to say, "Was that you?" And the other one says, "Was that you?" And then they both realize that it was the elk. And Kryon says, "Oh," and Kryon says, "Oh, moose are disgusting." And Makek says, "That is an elk, I assume."
Perfect. Yeah,
I love
that's exactly.
We're in trouble.
Dom, you should DM someday.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
We're in trouble, you dudes. I'm sweating.
good.
Can I see out from under this tarp at all? Like if I sort of...
in the front, the wind is kind of blowing it up just a little bit, and so you can see like the firelight kind of spill in every once in a while from the torches.
So I'm going to turn to Kryon. I see two options. One is we try to wake the elk up by hitting it. The other is I can try to make the cart crash right now. Would you prefer plan A, plan B, or the combo platter?
Before you can answer even then, Kryon, you hear a "Ah!" And then like a scurrying around of people outside. Elif, you then hear, "I fell in a damn pit!"
I'm gonna whisper really, really quietly to Connie. It's time for the backup plan. Is this the backup plan time?
You're asking the wrong bugbear, madam.
There's no other bugbears. You're the only one here. Thank you for trying to be personable.
And give me a perception check, Elif.
15.
You can hear then a conversation going on pretty loudly. They're sort of shouting back. They're getting someone out of a hole up there. You then hear a couple people say like, "Oh, check the flanks." And then someone, "Do we just go under here?" "Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, let's just go under here." And then you hear a rumbling, like the ground itself is shaking just a bit. All right, you lot, you're gonna stay over here. I need just like 3 or 4 to accompany the cart down. And if you want, you could
Do I think
get to a
they're-
place where you could see better, but that's just the conversation you're hearing. And all of you can kind of hear that, mostly.
Do I think they're... I'll try to see better, but also do I think they're just trying to basically go around the ditch?
You're not sure. Yeah, without seeing, you're not exactly sure what they're doing.
I'll try to see better.
Do you want to give me a stealth check?
Absolutely.
Moving through the dry corn.
Nice.
I rolled a 15.
15 is very good. 15. Yeah, you can maybe someone in the guards, in the soldiers kind of hear some rustling in the corn. Other than that, you're very quiet as you move up just enough to see through the dry stalks. And you see someone up front, red and white garb, hold a hand up kind of in front of the tunnel here. And then a wand comes out, passes over his other hand, and then is pointed at the ground, which is opened up. That there is now a very large tunnel being formed that is going underneath the earth.
Ooh.
Now, this is interesting because if they simply wanted to move on into town, they would literally just cover up the trench. This is looking like they're going underground.
And this seems like it's not really related to the trench, right? Like they chose to do this. They were planning on doing this beforehand, probably.
Sure, yeah, that's definitely one interpretation.
Andy, let me just speculate and have you answer me. I know that's not like... Okay.
You speculate away, go ahead.
Fuck. Okay, so the party split and the two reasonable people are not with me. And I'm not saying that's a problem, but maybe that's a problem. Fuck. I'm gonna go back to Connie and tell him what I'm seeing.
What do you want
Alright.
from me, Lena?
I want you to help because Elif would light the fucking
As
fields on fire.
you turn,
Because this feels like backup plan
as you
time.
turn to go back to Connie has already tried to stealthily follow you because he's been increasingly frustrated at being kind of out of the loop, which is his own fault. He split the party earlier and he left while you guys were planning. But he has stealthily tried to follow you. So as you turn, he is there, but I do not know how stealthy he has been.
Let's roll a stealth
How
check.
stealthy has he
to
been?
see, yeah.
Stealth. Do I have any kind of advantage on stealth?
I feel
don't
like
think
in
so.
the cart, quietly, McKeck is going to Kryon while this is going on. So in retrospect, perhaps I shouldn't have left the two of them alone.
Yes.
Very stealthy, yeah.
Mika can say
24.
that to my 24 stealth roll.
All right. Connie, you snuck up with Elif. You heard the whole thing too. So the both of you now know there's only a few guards continuing down into the hole with the cart, it sounds like.
All right, now listen.
Can we, what we can say, Connie? I had an idea that doesn't involve burning things for once. Maybe.
Really? Because my idea was to burn things. So did we just have some kind of weird Freaky Friday situation?
Holy shit, is this like a mind swap? Are we like a mind swap right now?
Oh, let's
No,
hold
what do
hands
you
and
mean?
spin in a circle, and maybe we'll get struck by lightning.
Okay, let's do it.
The cart moves past you at this point.
No.
Sorry. Andy, let us be entertaining.
The cart is continuing to move.
Okay, Andy.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for us to sneakily jump onto the back of the cart with the rest of the team?
I'll need 2 more stealth checks, but yes. Please try to do that.
Okay, I'm going to mime that to Connie because for some reason I'm miming now.
Gotcha.
I guess I felt like we were being too loud. Anyways, I'm gonna point at me and then point at the cart and then put a finger to my lips.
Okay,
And
so
roll my stealth check.
when Elif motions, pointing to herself into the cart,
Yeah.
Connie thinks that she means she wants him to toss her onto the cart.
Adam,
Okay.
Adam,
A la Aragorn
Stop.
Gimli type vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
if Connie tries to pick Elif up, she'll be like, "What the fuck are you doing?
I'm picking her up and I'm tossing her onto the cart.
Fucking hell, Adam. I'm not miming at you ever again.
Look, again, in our session 0, I was trying to mime something at you and you misinterpreted it. So now it's perfect
canon.
ending.
It's canon.
You tried to mime something and I misunderstood it. I'm throwing you.
This is brilliant. Please.
Can I try to stealthily land on the cart?
I think that's a great idea.
16.
12 stealth.
Right. Elif, you are thrown onto the cart by Connie out of the corn. You're holding your mouth trying not to scream at the same time. You land on the cart. You sort of sink down. It's sort of the space between where its like hooves are kind of curled as it's sleeping. You sink down into the tarp a bit. The Makek and you land basically on Kryon at this point.
Nice.
And Makek and Kryon, yeah, you're not exactly sure what's happening there. Someone just jumped onto the cart, it seems.
Do I feel like I landed pretty quietly?
Pretty quietly, yeah, a little bit. And
is there anywhere I can hide? Like
we're like under the the tarpaulin.
So there's us with the deer, a tarp, and something just landed on you.
yeah.
Connie is stealthily trying to jump in after.
All right, give me go ahead and give me a stealth with advantage.
Dude,
as you are right next to the. Yeah,
you're the only one left.
A 21.
Oh,
very nice.
Yeah, boy.
You dash out of the corn, and by the time the rustle of the corn sort of registered on the ears of the soldiers, and they come over to sort of check out what that noise was, you are already up and under the tarp.
Am I under the tarp?
You can cut through the tarp if you have like a blade of some sort.
I do. I still have a dagger.
Okay.
So can I try to make a sneaky slit that they won't see and get under the tarp?
Sneaky slit. That's a great name for a band.
Yeah, it is. Damn.
Isn't it? Sneaky slits.
Okay.
Punk band, right? It's such a punk band. Playing tonight at the Roxy, the Sneaky Slits. With their opening song, Quiet!
Elif, you slip inside, and
it's a sneaky slit.
Yeah, you slip inside. You then feel yourself traveling underground. It's gotten colder. The smell of mud and dirt is all around you. You think there's only like a couple, maybe soldiers with you guarding, like actually guiding underneath the ground this cart and the horses. And it's not too long before you stop. And the air smells fresh again. You feel like you are maybe 30, 40 feet underground. It was a little hard to tell. But yeah, it feels different all of a sudden. You hear the horses being unharnessed. You hear a few voices at first, and only one of them sort of you recognize, and it's the guard or the captain that is very, very German.
Okay.
He's shouting at the people. He's telling them to then leave. And then Makek, you hear Kalia's voice. And she says, please, let me see it. I must check it to make sure it's okay. And then the side of the tarp opens up. And the four of you are sitting there with a very dumbstricken looking Kalia, who is just stunned at the sight of this.
So one of Makek's hands he's got a finger up over his lips, and with the other one he's just sort of waving at her sheepishly.
And then as that awkward moment occurs, Kryon just puts his hand out into midair and goes, Bob, unite! Hoping that the rest of the gang is going to do a little mini stack thing. It doesn't happen, and he just...
Yeah, Aleph will totally do it.
Oh, Aleph, yeah, stacks.
Connie does it.
Not the moment.
All right, cool. We're back together again, gang.
Hi, Kali.
Wait. This is Kalia. This is your sister, Mikek. This is your sister.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Kalia.
What are you doing here? What are you doing? They're gonna find you.
Looking for you, which successfully, I'd like to point out.
Yeah, mission accomplished, guys. All right, Mikek, pay up. Sorry, not Mikek. I meant Koopa Troopa. Pay up because we helped you successfully.
Also not the moment for that.
Mikek, introduce us, Mikek. Introduce us.
Kalia, these are my friends. Kryon. Connie, you might remember from being the deeply corrupt sheriff of the town. And Elif, you might remember from the sound of laughter running away into the night away from explosions.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. I have a question for you, but I'm not going to ask it just now. We've all gone through a trauma.
So they captured you, right?
Kalia, what is going on? Why are you taking so long? The beast is fine, is it not? And then you hear the clomp of
Oh, motherfucker.
of horses of a horse around the back.
I'm preparing an Eldritch Blast for if they see us. Like if they lay eyes on us and are going to attack us, I am going to blast their face.
Connie's gonna mutter to
Mikek, hey, no, but for real, Mikek, it doesn't seem like she was captured. Seems like she's here of her own volition.
No, I was captured. I can't explain right now. And at this, you hear the tarp being unhooked from its restraints on the side of the cart. A couple of the horses are pulled around back, and you're pretty sure they're about to pull off the tarp entirely.
I am prepared to blast
All
as
right.
soon as they. Yes.
Are we? This is the tarp with the huge elk underneath it. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, Kali, quick question. Besides you and ourselves, is there anyone here we should keep safe? Elk? Friend? Good?
Yeah. No, just please don't hurt the elk. Whatever you do.
Anyone else? Anyone
Fuck
else?
'em. No. Fuck them up. Go Grammy on them.
Fair enough. It's war turtle time.
The elk did fart in our face, but we're willing to forgive that.
That's good. There's and she's trying to tell you one more thing. But they pull the tarp completely off the back. You are now exposed, and you see Captain Heimlo is the name of the extremely German captain.
That's an odd way of spelling outrageously German.
Connie immediately, when the tarp comes up, he immediately attacks the knight.
I also immediately Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and give me those attack rolls. Eldritch Blast.
I rolled a 24.
It's on.
Yeah, the Eldritch Blast immediately fires. Before he can even say anything, you hit him
Bitches.
in the face for 13 damage. Connie, you leap off of this thing and try to strike him just in the air itself. He has a shield and he bashes it away. Very quickly then trying to draw his sword next to you.
So I see outrageously German guy. I think the tokens have stacked oddly. There's another guard over here by this horse.
Yeah.
And then another figure somewhere further back.
Yeah.
Sort of as I spin around from the thing coming up. What do the guard looks like? Sort of a standard guard, the captain we've seen before. What does that other figure look like?
There is kind of a female robed figure back here. And now that you get a sense of where you are, you're in some sort of underground cavern. The trees themselves, including the tree at the very center of this, which is golden with its leaves, all look very fall, autumn colors. These are not colors that you normally see in Burden. These are not normal native trees even here. But they are growing somehow underground, it seems, in this place. You see Kalia, a couple horses are still tied to the cart. And then sort of floating around the place are small little lanterns, burning with fire.
Neat.
Burning with fire.
Captain Outrageously German is wearing armor, right?
Yep. He has a shield out. And...
That armor's glowing red hot.
Okay.
You shouldn't have taken my sister. I'm going to cast Heat Metal.
All right, let me roll a Constitution. You rolled a 12. Yeah.
Okay. He must attempt to drop his armor. He cannot. So he will take 6 fire damage, assuming nothing else is happening with that.
Yeah.
He also has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
You heat all of the armor, right? Of that? It's not like just a piece of it?
Choose a manufactured metal object such as a metal weapon or a suit of heavy or medium metal armor that you can see within range.
That's a suit.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me roll...
Oh, is the Warhorse going to drop him? Warhorse going to drop him?
The horse itself cannot stand the heat all of a sudden of the armor sitting on top of it. It bucks up in the air, kicks its then back legs, and just dashes to the side a bit as the knight in full armor slams onto the ground in front of you, Connie.
Yes.
And then Kryon, if you want to either look around a bit more or attack.
We're in a fight.
Yeah,
We're in a fight now, right?
You do this.
Around.
Look around. I mean, I'll look around while I'm fighting, but I'm gonna spend a key point to do this flurry of blows thing.
Okay.
Did I do that right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you
Yes.
can definitely do that. You jump down off of the cart onto the ground. Give me a martial attack with advantage.
Yes. Martial attack coming up, hopefully.
That's a crit.
A crit hit.
Yeah, we're back in the game, friends.
Plus 3 damage. All right. So 9, 10, 11, 12. You immediately punch straight into the back of his neck as he's laying on the ground. Doing 9, 10, 11, 12 damage to him. You hear him then start to kind of choke. You will never get away with this. And then you can do 2 more attacks with your flurry of blows.
He just rolled one as a 19.
A 19 hits, yeah.
6 more.
And then another one more martial attack. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and then a second martial attack. He's already prone, so you probably don't need to do much of your... A 20 then will hit, yeah.
Woohoo!
So 6 more damage. Beautiful.
Does that conclude my turn? Yeah.
Yeah, unless you kind of want to jump back a little bit or step back. If you want to stay there. Okay.
I'll jump back. He's a little squishy, right, Kryon? I'll jump back.
Okay. Yeah, he's on the ground. He's not gonna.
Oh, he's prone, right?
Yeah, he's not gonna swing at you, so you can step back with immunity here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks. Little step back.
Right. I love it.
Same.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we go ahead and roll initiative at this point?
Okay.
The fast people go fast, the turtle goes last. Makes sense.
Dom got a 19, Elf a 15, Connie got a 10, and Galway got 7.
I love it.
I feel like all of those were in character names except mine.
I think I said Dom.
Yeah.
Dom, Elf,
It was
Connie,
interspliced. Yeah. Okay.
All right. You have thrown this guy to the ground. Started to immediately slash and beat up on him. Kalia is kind of backing away just a little bit. You all start to also see very, very large creatures emerging from the corners and the shadows of this place. Barely even just in the firelight. There are 4 giant elk being kept down here, it seems. The guard is going to run up to you, Connie. The soldier, he's got a spear out. He's just going to try to stab you with it.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's a crit hit.
Oh,
Okay.
Connie, it's you and spears.
Oh my god.
You actually are not
almighty.
wearing any armor. So it's only 7 damage to you.
What? Because did you roll a crit table sunder armor? Since
Yeah.
I'm not wearing armor, I have nothing to
not
get
wearing armor.
sundered.
Your
Yep.
duster has a hole in it again.
Nice.
Granite Timelo is going to stand up next to you. Both Elif, if you have a weapon handy, you can attack, as well as Connie.
Can I make an attack of opportunity with my spell, or does it need to be a
It
weapon?
has to be a weapon. Yeah. There's a feat that you can get that can do that. but-
Okay, then I'll use my dagger that I assume I still had out.
Yeah, sure.
Does a 6 hit?
No, it does not. He just barely puts up his shield in time, but then bashes it away as you do that.
Does a 19 with
19
my
will
two-handed
hit, though.
pike?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That does. All right, as he bashes the dagger away from Elif and he just sneers at her, he left himself wide open and you just plunge your pike straight into him. And his eyes kind of roll back in his head and he slumps forward onto the pike just a little bit, then seemingly unconscious.
Oh wow, that was awesome.
Hell
Quick.
yeah.
I guess we can damage him in surprise.
Take that, Hogan's Heroes. Or the bad guys and Hogan's Heroes, whatever.
You confused me.
Leaping up onto the cart from the ground, this figure
I'd like to posit that this is unnecessary.
rushes you, Makek. Rolling a 17 to hit you.
Misses.
A 17 misses, it does. All of them
19.
miss, and it's a crit
That's
miss.
and a fumble.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that worked out really well for you. As this thing, impossibly fast, this woman tries to kick at you. Her leg comes down straight on your shell. Doesn't move, doesn't budge. It just thuds into you. And at that, the creature slips back down off of the cart entirely. Kryon, even though this person is hooded, you recognize those as monk moves.
Oh.
From over the edge of the cart, Makek's gonna go, first time fighting a turtle?
She seems to just sneer at you.
So, monk versus monk.
Kryon, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm looking at my character sheet here for anything that would speak to a monk versus monk thing. Maybe I'll do this open hand technique thing, which is another key point. I seem to be consistently throwing key points away, but
But you get him back on short rests.
that's all right. I get them back. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend a key point and go for this little thing here. Oh, no, not there. Did I do it?
All right.
All right.
Yeah. We'll keep that in mind. So if you do a flurry of blows, so you do the 3 attacks,
Yeah.
the last 2, you can then do these effects with them. Yeah. Which you could have done on the last guy, but it didn't matter. Nothing would have affected him because he was already down.
So do I roll a martial attack now?
Yeah, how do you want to get over to this person? Do you want to leap up on the cart and on the elk?
Oh, interesting. How far away is he?
5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30 feet. and you could go. You are fast enough. You could go around the horses, and come up on the other side of them if you want.
I mean, he or she is a monk, right? So I think in me doing some sort of impressively dexterous acrobatic move, it might have that person think that I'm a monk as well, and maybe pull a bit of focus towards me. So should I do an acrobatics check so that I can see if I can pull off something here?
Also, just as a note.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go on.
Over back there would be flanking.
Right. You would get advantage on attacks.
Oh, so that's a good shout. Yeah, so I'll do that. Is that cool? Can I do a
of course
acrobatics?
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check if you want to kind of leap off of the edge here. I don't think you'd have advantage on that. So I think it's just a 9.
Oh.
So you leap onto the cart, you run up the elk, but as you do, the elk sort of turns its head just a little bit, and you have to duck and slide off of it to prevent hitting your head on one of the giant horns. So you stumble just a little bit and have to kind of get to your feet before attacking, but that's fine. You just didn't look quite as cool doing it.
Oh, that's a drag. Okay, so martial attack?
Yes, a martial attack, and then if you want to use a key point, you can do Flurry of Blows.
Yes.
A 23 does hit, for 6 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, you then leap up into the air and kick this person straight into the stomach. They bend over just a little bit. And then, are you using Flurry of Blows?
I think I'm using this open hand technique, which allows me to choose one of these 3 at the bottom, right? Is that right?
Yeah, when you hit with a Flurry of Blows attack, you can then do open hand. Yeah.
That's just a free thing that you get if you
copy that. Okay, so one more of these guys. So one more martial attack, yeah?
Yeah, so you'll use Flurry of Blows.
2 more.
Yeah, so you get 2 more martial attacks, and then on each one of those, you can do that thing. A 20 hits. So 8 damage, and you can choose one of those effects to have them do.
Okay, I'll take. You must succeed in this. I'll take the first one. It must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay. Oof, 21. You kick out their legs from under them. They flip in the air, but continue flipping until they're back on their feet.
Damn.
Darn, he's met his match.
This person is intense.
Okay, one more martial attack I've got, right?
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
20.
20 hits? Yeah.
Okay. So...
That was 6 damage.
It must make a strength saving throw. I'm going to take the bottom one. It can't take reactions until the end of my next turn.
Okay. Is that a saving throw to roll, or do they just...
It just says, if you read the bottom of open hand technique,
It just happens. Cool. Awesome. Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, so you had to use all your movement to get there, so you can't move anymore.
Okay.
But they seem kind of stunned just a little bit, as even though they flipped all the way around, landed on their feet, you kicked them one more time in the stomach, and they bashed their back up against the cart here. Beautiful. Elif.
So I'm pulling the fuck out of melee range.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Hex.
Okay.
And I'm casting that on, the monk definitely seems like the most threatening person right now, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
So I'm going to cast it on the monk. I'm going to choose the ability, Dexterity. So they have disadvantage on Dexterity ability checks made with that ability.
Okay.
And Eldritch Blast.
Sounds good.
So is a 21 hit?
21 does hit.
Whew.
And hexes, how much necrotic damage? 1d6. So it's a total of 11 damage. 6 of that's necrotic, 5 of that's force.
Beautiful. Excellent. Yeah. Your blast slams into the kind of the back of them, and Kryon, you see like a bit of black streak on their skin sort of start to form as the necrotic damage seems to eat away at them as well.
Yeah, let's burn something. And that's my turn.
All right. Connie.
Did this guard who stabbed Connie with a spear earlier,
Yeah.
did he laugh at Connie's Hogan's Heroes joke at all?
No, he did not.
Ah, all right. Connie's raging.
Because Hogan's Heroes, doesn't exist in this world. Partly.
Yeah, whatever. But you could at least laugh out of politeness.
You have a lot of brain damage going on, man.
Connie is raging at the fact that the guard did not laugh at his joke.
All right.
And he's going to, after doing that opportunity attack on the knight, he's gonna turn and try to knock this guard out with his two-handed pike. And I'm also going to be doing this recklessly, which gives me advantage.
24 hits. 8 damage.
8 plus my rage damage.
Oh, then that, I'm afraid, is enough to end this poor soldier's life.
Yeah, take that.
Unless you want to knock them out, but yeah.
No, I'm killing him.
You pull the pike out of the captain, spin around, your face raging, and this poor guy he just puts up his spear trying to block, and you break the spear in half as you come down on them.
Yeah, if you're gonna come in here and occupy Burden, learn its cultural history. Hogan was a guy who led a group of heroes, and they were prisoners of war in a camp run by people who sounded like that knight. So there.
McKeck.
Is this the time? So I'm on the cart. The other monk is off the cart. And everyone else I can see is down.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna end concentration on heat metal. And reach up and pull out a sumac leaf from my flower crown. You know what, Kali? I think that's a damn fine idea. A blade of flame will appear in my hands.
Gammy's flame blade.
Just like Gammy used to do. And then I'm going to slash down at this person.
Give me a roll.
25.
Wow, that's a lot of
25
dice.
hits. 25 hits.
8 fire damage.
8 damage. Yeah. Kryon, as you see McKeck pull out this flame blade, you just kind of step toward this person in a threatening way so that their eyes lock on you for just a second as McKeck slashes down into them, hitting them from behind.
Nice.
I sent your armor back to hell. I'll do the same for you.
Are you going to move, McKeck, or is that it?
No, I'm good.
All right. All right, this person,
Ooh.
this person kicks back at McKeck. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be 10 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw. You don't know the DC, but whatever. 4. All right. As you did that, the person just kicks at your feet. Both of them shoot out from under you, and you slam onto the elk, and roll just a little bit to the edge of the cart. You are not prone. Kryon, does a 17 hit you?
Now, how do I know that? Is that based on my current hit points? What is that?
Your armor class. What's your armor class?
I'm a 14. Eesh.
Okay. Yeah, so 14 or better is going to hit you. So actually you're a 15 now because your dexterity went up.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
So a 15, yeah. But a 17 will hit you for 11 damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh boy.
Strength saving.
I'm sorry, not a strength.
I rolled it already. Ignore
Yeah, no,
that.
that's fine. Strength is fine, yeah.
Oh.
A 10 for strength. The creature just sort of grabbed a piece of your backpack and then just kicked you away, so that it now has a small pouch from your backpack in its hand, and it's one of the pouches that you carry, like one of the mementos from your old monastery in. At this, the creature flips up and lands on the other side of Kalia, grabs her kind of around the neck, and is knees her kind of in the back, so in a way that just makes her go unconscious immediately. She's now sort of limp in the arms of this person. And Kryon, as she does that, the figure pulls down the hood, reveals short, chopped black hair. This is someone you know. This is Nine, the woman from the tavern that told you to go look for Kalia in the first place.
Huh.
Yeah, she's kind of a hottie. She lured me into her bedroom. She did. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I was having a drink at the bar and she lured me into her bedroom under false pretenses.
Sure.
I'm just being honest.
You also know her to be a member of your old monastery. Yeah. Connie, on the other side of you, you've killed 2 people. However, you hear a giggle start from behind you again. And
Super reassuring.
a sort of wolf creature shakes off the armor that was heated before, pushes the horse backward. Its long fangs now in front of you, its weird cropped ears. It's got a black fur, and it just smells of death. And it says, "You will be my next meal."
Did that sound like a German accent?
A bit, do you?
Oh, no.
Kryon, your turn.
Ay. Okay, let's have a look at where everyone is. Our elk friend is still heavily sedated, not able to in any way help us out in this situation, and shackled, right?
Yes, at the moment, yep.
Goodness. Well, I still have those darts, right?
Yeah?
Does the throwing of a dart cost a key point?
Nope, it's just an attack. You only get one of those attacks per round.
Oh. Anyone in the Bob gang want to tell me what might be the most advantageous move? Because, I'm not sure. I'm looking at all my abilities here. Nothing is jumping out at me. Anything you guys can think of?
Yeah. A dart would be good.
Yeah, do you have darts?
Yeah.
I do. I have 4 darts, I think. Yeah, I have 6.
Yeah.
No, I have 6. I have 6 darts.
You do know, Kryon, you are able to catch such missiles thrown at you. And
that's true.
So if this person is as good as you or better, they might be able to do the same.
Right,
So perhaps also just running up and kicking the hell out of them is a good idea.
A better idea. Yeah, it was. I was going to throw the dart at the creature nearer to Connie, or take on my monk friend here. But yeah, I wouldn't have thrown darts at my monk. But I can definitely get into a little bit of a one-on-one attack with my monk friend. What would be the best?
Sure.
Martial attack. Is that what I would do here?
Yeah. You can go in and just immediately start punching, kicking, if you'd like.
Okay, well let's do that. I just get one opportunity for a martial attack in my round, or
Right, you can do 2, and 3 if you use a key point, but 2 normally.
well let's do 2 and see how we do.
All right.
You got this.
Come on.
Crit.
That's a crit hit.
God, are you kidding me?
Yes.
That is a crit hit
In
again.
the back
That's an
9.
extra attack.
Oh,
All
I
right,
get
so
an
then-
extra attack because of it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's 7 damage. Go ahead and roll another one.
Goodness gracious.
So a 9. Yeah, so the first one, as they're holding Kalia, you immediately jump in the air, smack them straight in the head, across the jaw, and then land on the ground, and you just go for a straight punch. Nine catches your arm, it spins you around very quickly, and immediately throws a punch so fast, and you just barely have to dive out of the way to keep her from smacking you. Roll one more martial attack then, since that was your extra one there. An 18 does hit then as well.
Yes.
And at this, you crack straight into their knee with your knuckles, bounce back just a little bit, and they go down kind of on one knee. And they look at you and they say, "Why are you doing this? You're one of us." And then if you don't want to move, probably then your turn is done.
Let me just have a look at the map. I'm right next to her now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like this one-on-one vibe we got going on. I think I'm just going to stay where I am and
All right.
see what happens next.
Sounds good.
Kryon leans forward towards Nina and says, "I haven't been one of you since I was kicked out of the back door of your monastery."
Oh, that was awesome.
All right, Elif, your turn.
So Nene is no longer holding Kalia because she just got the
Correct.
shit kicked out of her.
Yup.
Um,
Kalia's laying on the ground.
how hurt does Nene look?
Pretty hurt. Yeah. Pretty hurt.
How hurt does the werewolf look?
You know this is not a werewolf because you sense something in this fiendish. You feel it in your bones.
Okay, I'm not really into that. So I'm gonna wait. No, because I can't change hex until the target dies, right? I can't just bonus action move it.
Correct, I think.
Okay, never mind. Then I'm gonna fire at Nene.
Okay.
So Eldritch Blast at Nene.
All right. Yeah, what do you got?
A fumble.
Oh boy.
I would like to argue. Wait. I would like to argue that I should have inspiration for not setting the fields on fire because that's what Lena really wanted to do. Lena just wants to burn things, and she hasn't burned anything this episode. And it's going against what Lena wants.
I think that would be nice. You don't have that right now.
How can I even hit myself with my Eldritch Blast?
You try to aim at Nine, but there's something inside of you that immediately you feel yourself almost being torn apart. And you aim instead at the fiend. But you also want to try to stop your own blast at the same time as aiming at this thing. you can't help it. You are just sort of focused on it. And you try to fire and you throw your other hand up to try to catch it at the same time, and it explodes in your face. Your hair starts to singe from the fire just a little bit. Take 7 damage, please.
Ouch.
And I'm gonna go, no! Don't like fiends! No more fiends! No fiends! No fiends! No fiends! And that's my turn.
All right, Connie, your turn.
Okay, so does Connie know what is this thing in front of him? What is this thing?
You don't know. It's even still growing. It's kind of bubbling under its skin as it's even getting bigger and bigger. It seems to be able to talk as well. It's horrific.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Broncool, damn it. That is the bugbear deity of hunting, senses, stealth, and surprise.
Oh my gosh.
And, okay.
I feel like he has pamphlets.
I'm gonna try to kill this thing with my 2-handed pike, and I am, and I'm doing so recklessly so that I have advantage, and I'm still in a rage.
Okay. 19 hits.
Should be 8.
Oh, 8. Oh, okay, 8. Interesting. Okay, good. You slash into this thing then with your pike, carving off kind of a piece of its clumpy fur, and as it hits the ground, it sort of just melts into ash then on the ground.
The fur melts into ash.
Yeah.
Weird ass. This thing's weird ass.
Mikek, your turn.
On his back on the cart. Yeah, I know. It's weird ass. Be there in a minute. So I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
For 15 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15.
Nice.
And just sort of wiping like the dirt and dust off of himself as he walks forward. Mikek will very purposely stride forward and stab at Nine.
All right. Once again, Kryon, you see this. Mikek moves behind Nine, produces the flaming sword. You leap into the air, but leap actually backwards, and she thought you were leaping at her. It's just enough time for Mikek to then again slash into there. Mikek, would you like to kill or knock out?
This is the person that need Kalia in the back.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry if this person had answers that Kryon might want.
Quite possibly.
But the flame sword will go directly underneath her jaw and through the top of her head.
Okay.
Wow.
You kicked my sister.
Fair enough.
And at that, he's also going to sort of turn around. Oh, God, that is weird ass. Oh. Oh.
Well, I thought about it, and I think it's weird ash. Just as kind of like a little pun. Just...
It's a good one.
Kryon, Nine crumples to the ground in front of you. It's still a moment of speech on her lips as she's fading, the sword doing so much damage to her brain. Says something about you were gonna kill Kalia for her. And then she's out.
What? What the heck?
As my bonus action,
Yeah.
So Kryon looks decently hurt, but also Connie is 1v1 with the Weird Ash.
Sure.
So I'm gonna Balm of the Summer Court on Connie.
Okay.
Connie, you get 4 HP back and 1 temporary hit point in addition. Everyone else but you can see there is now a massive crown of sky blue flowers.
And Connie's just like got this big dumb grin on his face from his Weird Ash pun. So between his big grin and that crown, He must be looking pretty silly right now.
They're quite nice. They're glowing.
And Nina, the monk lady, said for who all to hear something about, like, Kryon, you were going to kill Kalia for me.
Probably only Mikek and Kryon could kind of hear that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it for me.
All right. The creature rears back, Connie, bites into you with an 18.
Jesus Christ.
Doing 16 damage to you.
Goodness.
I'm ready. What kind of damage is that?
Piercing. Yeah, you have it to 8.
Nice, okay.
The creature then looks around at all of you, its fallen comrade, leaps over the horse, and is trying to escape. Connie, you get one action to try to kill it.
Wait, can I...
Or you get an opportunity attack, sorry.
Can I try to grapple it?
Now with an opportunity attack.
Oh, okay, all right. Yep, I will take one last desperate swing, although I guess it's not, I can't technically do it as reckless attack, can I?
No.
So just a normal...
Unless reckless attack is like all attacks.
I think reckless attack specifies before you take the attack action on your turn, but grappling is a special type of attack that when you make an attack, you may choose to grapple.
Is it?
I don't know.
Consulting the rules.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
You can use the attack action to make a special melee attack a grapple.
It is phrased that way.
It is a replacement of a melee attack.
We're on a deep dive here, guys.
An opportunity attack does not actually give you an attack action, though.
I think that's
okay. That's true,
I think that's because that's also why you can't like double attack on an opportunity.
Yeah. So many layers of which is the influence.
Yeah. Good question though. Good question. That's a really nitty gritty rule.
So does a 15 hit?
Yes, it does. I'm sorry. No, that does not.
God.
Oh. Sorry, I had your hopes up for a second.
I'm sorry. Damn it.
No. Yeah, you hit into the fur, but you can't penetrate whatever this thing is. It leaps over the horses and disappears out of sight up back into the tunnel again.
I'm not thrilled about that thing being in town.
Technically, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of combat.
I mean, no, I'm gonna chase it and shoot it with my Eldritch Blast. I have like a long fucking range on that.
Yeah, Kryon, what would you like to do then before we do that?
I mean, my dart is the only long range thing that I have, right? Can I take a wild throw into the direction that it ran in?
I mean, it's pretty far up into the... Yeah, you don't really see it anymore. There's no light in this tunnel, and as a halfling, you can't see in the darkness. So you don't actually see it anymore.
So I'm not sure what I can do here, really, right?
Yeah, I mean, Kalia is still down unconscious.
Well, I know what I wanted to do. My fallen monk...
Yeah.
friend, she was wearing a necklace from the temple, from the cemetery, from the monastery that I was a member of. Right?
Hardcore monks.
She has a kind of a jade necklace then that you recognize as someone who's a much higher rank than you were when you left.
I'd like to take that necklace if I can. I don't know if that's
stealing,
sleight of handy type thing, or does that just happen?
Are you trying to hide the fact that you're taking it from other people, or
not from the Bob gang? I'm okay with that, but
doesn't seem, other than horses and elk, there's seemingly no one else down here.
I don't think the elk are going to judge you, man.
Okay, cool. I'll do that, and then we can't unshackle our elk friend, right? It has these electrical binds on it, the same things that we had on?
You can certainly attempt to. Yeah, you can run up and see if you can free it. Yeah. What
would that be?
Give me. Are you trying to break it, or do you have like a lockpick or anything? Or
do I have a lockpick? No,
I don't think you do.
I mean, I have still sleight of hand, but that doesn't really do it, right? I don't have a knife.
Yeah, you might just have to search the body, see if there's a key. That might be your best bet.
Okay. I'll do a general search.
I do also have thieves' tools, so I can help when I'm not chasing this thing down.
Oh yeah, no, you got bigger fish to fry. But I'd like to maybe do a search of the gang and see if there's anything worth looting.
Yeah, you can search Nine first. So give me an investigation check.
Oh my god!
Oh,
that's a crit hit. A 22. Interesting. You find a key. It's not hidden or hard or anything.
Andy's.
You also find.
Oh no!
Wow. You also find sewn into the cloak lining of her monk robes a little letter.
Okay. It's sealed. Can I read it?
It's sealed. Not... Yeah. That's about all you can do on this turn. Okay. And then on next turn you can look around a little. All right. I was not expecting that. Elif. I love it. And you do find a key. If you rush over, you can then start to unlock the the elk, if that's your next move.
Yeah.
All right. Elif.
Yeah, so I'm giving chase. Can I see it with my normal movement? I have dark vision.
To 60 feet?
I just know it's off the map.
Yeah. It's not within 60 feet of you from there. You cannot see it. You hear it deep into the tunnels.
Okay.
Can Connie pick Elif up and throw her as far as he can up the tunnel?
Please don't throw me.
Hey, just trying to help.
Doesn't seem like it.
So I'm gonna drop Hex and cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Okay.
It's more of an Expeditious Pursuit. So I'm able to take the dash action when I cast it.
Bonus, yeah. Okay.
So I'm following. Yeah, I'm getting.
All right.
Close as
another 30 feet. You do see it at the very edge of your vision.
It should be 60 feet, right, Dash?
Dash is just your normal movement, right?
It's just
normal move again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Since you've already done your move action. Yeah.
So that's an action to cast Expeditious Retreat, right? Yeah. Let me check that.
And then it's something is 60 feet away from you.
It's actually a bonus action to cast Expeditious Retreat.
Uh-huh.
And the way it's written, so I can do an action to attack it, right? Then with Eldritch Blast.
If you move another 30 feet with it to use the dash, you then can make an attack. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So then that thing is about 60 feet from you.
Sure. 14?
14 hits the top of the ceiling, crumbles down some dirt next to it. It continues bounding out of sight.
Okay. And that's all my movement.
Yeah.
So I will just keep giving chase.
All right. The next time you are sprinting as fast as you can through these tunnels. Up ahead of you, you see a bright silvery light, and then you no longer hear the beast. It seems to have completely vanished from this plane of existence.
Did this light persist, or was it just like a momentary bright light?
It was momentary for about 5 or 6 seconds, and then it disappeared.
So okay. Well, I guess I'll go back.
All right. All right, the rest of you are in this place. Elk, giant elk. You eventually free this one, who stands up finally after you also wake Kalia, who immediately goes to the elk, wakes it up. It's covered in like stripes of large white patches of fur. It's a beautiful creature. After you, Kryon, you get all the chains off of it. It seems to bow low to you. Also maybe intelligent. Kalia then comes, hugs you, Makek. Starts to kind of cry and just says, please, can we help the elk? That's all I wanted to do. I didn't care that they had me. I'm sorry I couldn't contact you. I just needed to help them. I hope you understand.
Sure, Kali, but what's going on? Why is there a relatively pleasant grove of trees underneath our town? Why are there giant elk? What were they doing with them?
I have no idea what they were doing. They needed to keep them healthy and generally sedated until tomorrow. I had no idea what they're using them for at that point. I'm sorry, I don't even know what this place is. It feels really familiar though, doesn't it? Can you feel that? Almost like a home of some sort. I don't know, it's odd.
Presumably Connie knows about some underground passageways and tunnels under Burden from his involvement in kind of criminal activities. But this does not. He did not know about this place, this space.
No, this is a place of beauty. All the underground tunnels you've ever seen under this place are sinking, rotting, muddy, just places you don't want to be. This feels amazing.
Connie's looking around, and he just says under his breath, "Vern would have loved this place."
Is it such a comfortable place to take a short rest? Is it that comfortable?
A bit, yeah. You sit down, just tired. Kalia is starting to kind of explain how you might get the elk out of here. And so you kind of start to round them up, the horses. So you just kind of take a moment just by yourself, Kryon. And you open that letter.
Oh, God.
And there's... This is giving away more than I thought it would already. I love it, though. It's great.
What a roll. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't. All right. There is a letter that guides exactly Nine's intentions in Burden. It's basically a missive of how to act. It mentions you directly. And it says, if you can find Kryon Fane, what I suggest you do is to pin the death of Kalia Tumbledown on him. All you have to do is mention her name. He will ask around town about her, and as soon as you kill her, you can then blame him. Then capture Kryon Fane and bring him back to the monastery to answer for his crimes. It seems like she was trying to play you from the beginning.
There's no name at the end?
There is a name at the end.
Oh my goodness.
Someone named Eggit. Eghit. Eggit.
I'm writing this down on a post-it note. EGHRT?
HIT, yep.
HIT.
Eggit. And Eggit was your old master.
Swine.
You are sort of heartbroken, fearful at the same time. You don't know who to trust. You put so much of your trust in her that there was something about a music box that maybe anything here could have saved you or could have helped you with the standing in the monastery again, and it seems like all of that was just a lie to try to frame you and then bring you back. And you're just sort of downtrodden about that.
I am.
I'd like to suggest that at this moment, not even quite being cognizant of the fact that Kryon is sort of slumped, but Makek is going to go over and put a hand on Kryon's shoulder. Thank you. I do not think I would have been able to find Kalia without you. This means more to me than I can ever express.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're a good man and a good friend.
As you exit eventually the tunnels of this place back into Burden, you are very pleased to see that Rose has armed the town enough to capture all of the soldiers in this area. They've all laid down their weapons. They have no more master. They have no more captain. There's no one leading them. They've completely disregarded any sort of authority anymore in this town.
Hell yeah.
You all emerge from the tunnels back into kind of the dirt and mire of this place, and slowly, one by one, you all, at the direction of Kalia, ease the elk out of the underground space. All of them, their shackles off now. They're breathing fresh air again. Several of them are starting to kind of romp and play in the fields at the dismay of Mythenmere, the old man, whose crops are being trampled by these giant beasts. But the town itself is calming down after an intense night of work, trying to make sure that all of these beasts found a way out again. And then it becomes morning, or at least the first hints of it come out. And you feel a cold wind that gusts. And you hear the whistling between the stone buildings, and you smell the sweet rain and flowers on that wind. And you can't help but smile as the sun also seems to rise with the wind. And now large yellow patches of sunlight stream down onto you and into the town, and a familiar goblin drawn by two wolves comes over, makes his way to kind of the in between the crowd surrounding you. He kind of stares up at the sky and he says, "Well, what are you doing up there? Where would the birds live if you were up there?" "The Myriad." And then the wind dies down, and the town sort of grows silent. And in fact, it's incredibly silent. No birds, no crickets. It's as if all of Burden's creatures are waiting in anticipation, their collective breaths held for a moment. Something off in the distance. A horn blows low and long. It draws your eye toward the last patch of gray sky for miles, far to the east. And then your own breath catches. You begin toward the edge of Burden, all of you. The whole town gathers, mouths agape, staring toward the rising sun. You see the elk first. Maybe 40 of them, massive creatures, and it takes a moment before you see the lines of rope extending from each point on their massive heads up into the sky. And your eyes follow them into the air, into the cloud, and above even, because impossibly, sitting atop the cloud itself is a singular, massive mountain, adorned with
grasses and trees and trebuchets and catapults, siege weapons. You see specks of fires lit on the hillside and fortifications along its base, and above all the ramparts already set hundreds of feet into the sky, a gigantic figure stands to its full height. You shouldn't be able to make it out at this distance, but you can. Pale white skin, red and white robes. The figure places a horn to its lips, blows again, vibrating the ground around you.
And that concludes tonight's episode of Dom and Dragons.
What
Jesus.
the fuck, Andy?
It's a hell of a cliffhanger.
Oh, if you enjoyed this, let us know. Give us a follow here on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. You can find us on Twitter, on Facebook at Helpful Goat. Well done, everyone. You saved Kalia. You learned a little bit more about Kryon's past. And maybe you are now confronted with something else terrifying and horrible.
Was it a floating mountain attached to ropes tied to elk antlers?
Yep, that's what it was.
I heard that right?
Wow.
Yeah, you heard that right.
Siege Warfare Santa.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Cool.
that was incredible.
I didn't realize I
And
needed
that-
to militarize Santa.
the music was awesome. Shout out to Sam Winnie for
100%.
composing that music.
He composed that literally in like 2 days.
Oh my
Wow.
Just trying to get that last little narration in.
Whew.
Thanks for staying extra, man. We went late tonight than I thought. Awesome. Thank you so much for the players for sticking through that. I'm really happy we got to that ending. Well done in the fight. Yeah, brilliant. I'm so happy.
So cool.
Thanks for checking us out. We love you all. Stay safe, everyone. Hang in there. From all of us on Dom and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Have a great evening. Love you all.
This has been Dom and Dragons, presented by Helpful Goat Gaming. If you enjoyed what you heard and want to hear more, check out our main Dungeons & Dragons campaign, The Fates of Rin, right here in the Goats & Dragons podcast feed. You can also check out our other podcast, Helpful Goat Presents, where we play one-shots, shorter campaigns, as well as have conversations about D&D and role-playing in general. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Helpful Goat. And if you want to hear us play live, you can follow and subscribe to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/helpfulgoat. You can also chat with us and other Helpful Goat fans in our brand new Discord, or donate to our Ko-fi page to help us keep creating content by clicking the links in this episode description. And last but not least, please consider rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, or Stitcher. We are a small independent game design firm and would really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.